Hello everyone, it's Hobo4Craft, aka Mr.Hobo, and today we have Sky versus Lin, Human versus Orc, and this is actually my favorite matchup just because this matchup tends to come down to the wire and be very exciting. And it looks like Lin is spawning at the 11 o'clock position, and Sky across the map, so we have cross positions here on Turtle Rock at the about 5 o'clock position. So like I was saying, this is probably my favorite matchup just because every little thing counts in this orc versus human. So I'm pretty excited to see this. It looks like Sky is going a pretty standard build here. We're probably going to see an Archmage from him and a Blade Master from Lin just by standard builds here. And something very important for Lin to do in this game is creep harass. But I don't know if he's going to be able to do that successfully just because they're cross spawn. And if it were close spawn, that would change the game a lot just because BM would have easy access right going into his base or his creeps and just doing a lot of damage. So it looks like a Voodoo Lounge will go up in an odd placement here, and it looks like a BM is coming out for Lin and an Archmage by a little bit more. For Sky here, it looks like he's probably going to Militia Creep as well. So everything looking pretty standard so far, and the Scout Tower, which will be an Arcane Tower, is going up right now. It looks like this box is just about to finish. We should see a grunt pumping out of there right now. Yes, we will. And no second burrow yet for Lin, so that could mean a faster tech, or he just hasn't gotten around to it yet. He does not have the resources anyway, so it's hard to say. It looks like a foot is coming out for Sky. Third farm, so we could see a lot of militia or a lot of footmen in this game. Not necessarily militia, but peasants. And it looks like, ooh, Sky is scouting with the footmen, or maybe he's gonna go harass. No, he is just scouting with it. That's normally you just see a militia being used to scout, and he did scout right across the map. So lucky scout for him there. And it looks like both players will be creeping the greens right outside their base. And hopefully for either of them that they do get good drops. And it looks like the Archmage did get a Mantle of Intelligence, and he is intelligence based, so that's a very good drop for him. Cloak of Shadows for the Blade Master. A little redundant seeing as how he is Windwalk, but sometimes when you least expect it, Cloak of Shadows does come in handy. He may sell it, but in weird situations, it can be a real pain in the neck for your opponent. He hasn't put up his Arcane Tower, which could be a bad thing just because if you forget to do that and you're being pushed or harassed and you need to go to your base, you don't have an Arcane Tower to wither away the mana of the BM, so that could come to haunt you if you forget about that. But it looks like he really wants to attack. You can see he's bringing all his peasants in that haven't gathered yet. He's just manually doing it, and yes, he will go to a keep right now. It looks like Lin will lose his PN right there. It looks like he sacrificed it or denied Sky from having it right there. So good play there. And I believe Lin does know that Sky is positioned cross map, so he's just deciding to creep up instead of trying to harass him. And Sky is all over the place so far. Anyway, he hasn't been creeping in one spot or anything. He's only crept one, and then he's been all over the place. So it looks like he will creep this green that's adjacent to his base, though. And Lin wanting to find something, and he still doesn't have this Arcane Tower up. That's not likely. That's a silly mistake, especially in professional level. But what I expect in this game, his base is blocked off, by the way. What I expect in this game is for Sky to go casters with a Mountain King at tier 2. That's why he techs so quickly. We could see a tower push even, just because of the amount of foots he has, which put up a good front for towers and the amount of casters you're going to get. Looks like he is putting up a lumber mill, so that strengthens my theory in that he's gonna need arrow towers if he's going to push. Looks like he's just running around. He did get boots. I believe he got them at this shop, and both players have boots actually. So about tier 2. Let's see. Lin is he teched way before Sky here actually, and he is getting a Warmill, so he probably is anticipating in fact, that Sky is going to try and tower push him. He does see this lumber mill now, and he did cancel this arcane volt, so that could delay an arcane sanctum. And he still doesn't have this arcane tower. I guess he maybe wants to save his resources. Looks like he did creep this. Sky did creep this, and he's going to be 2.5 by the time he's done with that. But like I said, he has a war mill, which is in anticipation of a tower push, perhaps, because if you have a war mill up, you can get out demolishers, which are great siege that do a lot of damage to buildings. And he's getting up a bestiary, or instead of anticipating this push, he could just be going dual bestiary and getting wind riders, but I don't know, that's not very typical of Len, and that's a strategy you more see often when we got a Fire Lord for the human, and Sky is pushing out with 5 militia here. And what I was saying is that Wind Riders are more typical if the human goes Mountain King first and then Fast Expanse, but we are going to see a push here. Sky is bringing all of his, not all, but 5 militia across the map, and he does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, I want to say 7 footmen, and this does not look good for Lin here. He's completely out of position. His Blade Master has to use a speed scroll to get back, and it looks like this Voodoo Lounge will go down, and that is going to be bad news. And he's already pumping out the Demolisher. He very good recognition though to get this War Mill up, and his Fire Lord did bring 3 ready scout towers that you can buy at your shop, and it looks like these grunts taking very heavy damage, and he really wants to focus down this AM, and it might go down, but he's gonna back out. Very smart play there. And this Fire Lord taking very heavy damage, and it will not go down. It will get away. No, one more hex, and it is dead now. And it looks like 1 foot is taking very heavy damage, and so is the BM, and it's gonna wind walk away. And this Archmage is all the way going back to his base to get the Arcane Vuln. That's very bad because now he doesn't have that water elemental support. And these grunts very low on life, but Lin microing them very well. It looks like these foots will go down. This BM just tearing them down, but these towers are going up. 4 guard towers almost finished, and it looks like these 3 will definitely go up, and that's bad news. But